Welcome everybody to this X-Wing Battle League game that sees Soontir taking on Han. First up is Han in the YT-1300, basically a Millennium Falcon. He's got the Millennium Falcon upgrade, he's got Determination, engine upgrade, C-3PO and Gunner. Up against him of course is Soontir in the TIE Interceptor. He has Push the Limit, Stealth Device, Auto Thrusters and Royal Guard TIE. Alongside him are two TIE Fighters, just Academy pilots with no upgrades. It's time to roll for asteroids. And we have 6 on the board. So this is where the asteroids are positioned and where everyone is starting. Han of course going through the middle, plotting a course through those asteroids. The two TIE Fighters there in the middle as well, and Soontir on the right flank because he has the best manoeuvrability. This game is important. This is the last game for both these teams, and whoever wins has the best chance of qualifying. Han can actually qualify if he wins and Poe loses. So Han can still get through this game. If he can win this game, he can still get through the group and qualify. But Soontir basically needs to win to have the better chance of qualifying. So this one is a decider. This one is really important, and let's get straight into it. The two TIE Fighters go first. They are going 5 straight forwards. Moving to there, they are both focusing for their actions. Soontir is also going 5 straight forwards. Moving to there, Soontir boosted for his first action and then pushed the limit to boost again, so he's stressed but he has also got a focus. Han is going 3 straight forwards. Han moved up to there and then boosted for his action. Han is shooting at Soontir at range 1. Han gets 4 attack dice and he rolls 1 hit. And the rest of focus is, so he's going to re-roll it. Re-rolling with his pilot ability, he gets 1 hit and 2 criticals. Soontir gets 4 evade dice. And he will expend his focus to turn that into 3 evades. Soontir is shooting back at Han at range 1. He gets 4 attack dice. And he rolls a hit and a critical. Han gets his 0 with C-3PO. And it is a blank. Han takes 1 damage. And so he's down to 4 shields. So I've just remembered Han's Gunner ability. So yeah, Gunner will kick in. They're both pilot skill 9, so they would have shot each other simultaneously anyway. So Gunner ability kicks in. And that is 3 hits. Soontir gets 4 evade dice. And he rolls 2 evades. So 1 shot goes through on Soontir. He's now down to 2 hull points. And stealth device is no more. This TIE Fighter is shooting at Han at range 2. He gets 2 attack dice. And he will expend his focus to turn that into 1 hit. Han gets a straight up 1 dice and it is a blank. So Han takes yet another damage and he's now down to 3 shields. This TIE Fighter is now going to shoot at Han at range 2 but through an asteroid. He gets 2 shots and that is a hit and a critical. Han gets 2 evades and both of them are blank. Han suffering a lot of damage there. And losing 2 shields, he's now down to just his 1 shield. At the end of the round, this is where everyone is, and opening salvo shots, yeah, a lot of damage dealt out there. Han basically lost 4 shields, he's down to 1. And Soontir lost the stealth device, so he's now just down to his base 3 evade dice, and he's also only on 2 hull points. So yeah, Han, very nasty shooting on Soontir, and Soontir of course shot back, and the TIE Fighters shot back as well. They really mean this, they want this done fast and they really want to hurt one another. See what happens in the next round. The TIE fighters do a hard 1 to the right. Moving to there, they both focus for their actions. Soontir is doing a hard 2 to the right. Soontir moved to there, boosted for his first action, which took him to about here, and then pushed the limit to boost yet again to take him to there, so he's stressed and he also gets a focus. Han is doing a soft bank 1 to the left. Moving to there, Han focuses for his action. Han is shooting at this TIE fighter at range 1. He gets 4 shots. And he will expend his focus to turn that into 3 hits and a critical. The TIE fighter gets 3 evade dice. And he rolls 2 evades. So 1 shot went through and a critical hit gone through, and it is a loose stabilizer. After you execute a white maneuver, receive 1 stress token. So this TIE fighter is basically on his last legs. He's got 1 hull point remaining. The TIE fighter is shooting back at Han at range 1. He gets 3 attack dice. And he will expend his focus token to turn those into 3 hits. Han guesses 0 with C-3PO. And he gets 1 evade. Han takes 2 damage, loses his last remaining shield and suffers a hull point damage. He's down to 7 hull points. This TIE fighter is shooting at Han at range 1. He gets 3 attack dice. And he rolls 2 hits. Han gets 1 evade dice. And it is a blank. Han takes 2 more damage and now he's down to 5 hull points. It's the end of another round and it's looking quite close already. We have Soontir on 2 hull points, one of the TIE fighters on 1 hull point, Han on 5 hull points. This one is going to come down to the wire, I think. This is going to be quite nasty. They're going to shoot the hell out of each other, I think. And so it might come down to this round. If Han can do a lot of damage and maybe take one of the ships out, weaken them down, he might have a chance. Especially if he can take Soontir out, maybe. Let's see what happens in the next round though, shall we? The 2 TIE fighters are going 2 straight forwards. And they have both focused after moving forwards. Soontir is doing a soft bank 2 to the right. Moving to there, Soontir barrel rolls to the left and then evades after pushing the limit. Han is doing a soft bank 3 to the right. Moving to there, Han is going to evade for his action. Han and Soontir are going to shoot each other simultaneously at range 1. I'll do Soontir's first, so he gets 4 shots. And he gets 2 hits. Han guesses 0 with C-3PO. And he gets 1 evade, and then can use his evade token to miss the other one. No damage done to Han, so Han is firing back at Soontir at range 1. He gets 4 attack dice. And he's going to have to re-roll all of them. Han using his pilot ability. And that was nice. 2 hits and a critical. Soontir with 3 evade dice. And he has actually evaded because he's got 2 evades there and he has an evade token. Han's gun ability kicks in now though. And that gives him 2 hits. Soontir gets 3 evade dice and he rolls nothing. 2 hull have gone through and Soontir only had 2 remaining, so Soontir is taken out. It all comes down to the TIE fighters, and this TIE fighter is shooting at Han at range 1. He gets 3 attack dice. He gets 1 hit and will expend his focus to turn that into a 2nd hit. Han gets 1 evade dice and it is a blank. So 2 damage goes through, and Han is now down to just 3 hull points. This TIE fighter is shooting at Han at range 2, but it is a blocked shot, so Han gets an extra evade. TIE fighter gets 2 attack dice, and he will expend his focus, turn that into 1 hit. Han gets 2 evade dice, and he rolls 1 evade. At the end of the round, it's getting pretty bloody out there. Soontir taken out by Han. The other TIE fighter still got a loose stabiliser. Of course, he did a green manoeuvre, so that don't matter. But as soon as he does a white one, he gets stressed. He only has 1 hull point remaining now. The other TIE fighter has 3 hull points remaining, and Han also has 3 hull points remaining. So this is just going to be basically who can deliver the most shots and who can hold out. Let's see what happens in the next round. Both TIE fighters are doing softbank 2s to the right. He of course crashed into the back of Han, but he didn't do a white manoeuvre, so doesn't get stressed, but doesn't get to perform an action. And this guy has moved to there and has focused. Han is doing a softbank 1 to the right. Moving to there, Han evades for his action. Han is shooting at the wounded TIE fighter, but it is just outside range 1. Han gets 3 attack dice, and he will re-roll that using his pilot ability. So he gets 1 critical hit. TIE fighter needs to do this to stay alive, and he gets 2 focuses. He hasn't got a focus, he gets a blank. The shot has gone through. So this TIE fighter takes a critical hit, no point showing it because he's only got 1 hull point left, and he is wiped out. This TIE fighter now all on his own is shooting at Han at range 1. He gets 3 attack dice. 1 hit, 1 critical, and he will expend his focus to turn that into another hit. Han guesses 0 on C3PO, he can't take the chance. Oh! So he gets 1 evade there and gets 1 evade with his evade token. 1 critical hit goes through. Han is now down to 2 hull points, and the critical hit is a nasty one. It is a major explosion. Roll 1 attack dice. On a hit, suffer 1 critical damage. So let's see what happens, shall we? And it is a blank. At the end of the round, here we are. 1 on 1. Han, 2 hull points remaining. This TIE fighter has 3 hull points remaining. Han can do a lot more damage, but he can't take damage. And the TIE fighter can't do a lot of damage, but has good evades. So this is going to be nail-biting stuff to see who will destroy the other one. Let's see what happens in the next round. Going to be moving them both together, and they are both doing softbank 2s to the right. They have moved to there. Han has evaded for his action, whilst the TIE fighter has focused. Han will shoot at the TIE fighter first at range 1. Han gets 4 attack dice, and he's going to have to re-roll that again. That's much better. 3 hits and a critical. The TIE fighter gets 3 evade dice, and he will expend his focus to turn that into 2 evades. 1 hit goes through. The next was a critical, and unfortunately for the TIE fighter, it is a direct hit. That removes all 3 of his hull points, and he is removed from play. Han has won his first game of this Battle League. And so there we have it. Han wins this game, beats Soontir and the 2 TIE fighters, and that gives him a great opportunity to qualify. He's now got his first win, 2 losses. The TIE fighters are on 1 win, 2 losses now, and if Poe loses, he will be on 1 win and 2 losses. So yeah, anyone can qualify for this group except for the TIE Fighters now and Soontir. I believe they're out just on kills against. They've just lost 3 and they didn't get a single one, with Han only having 1. So 3 kills against goes against them, and I think they're out the Battle League now. Han though, he's just got 3 kills 4, and he's only got a couple against, obviously, so that gives him a good chance to qualify now. Poe basically has to win the next game to qualify, and Poe has got the Z95s, so this is down to the wire, guys. If Poe loses, basically Han is qualified. Yeah, couldn't get any more closer than this. So let's see what happens in the next Battle League game.